right, everybody. Oh, happy day. So, in this video, I want to talk with you about why some agents, score points with the same lead when it gets thrown into their hands, and then another agent maybe has the same type of lead or maybe the exact same lead, and it gets thrown into their hands and they fumble the ball. Just like football, let me tell you, insurance agents, there's a lot for us to learn from the game of football. So we're going to get after it in just a minute here. I'm going to give you 3 tips that will help you no longer fumble your lead. I'm going to help you increase your ability to meet the need and close the business because the clients need you to be good and they need you to be great. So before we get going, JasonFinalExpense.com, I partner, I coach, and I'm so blessed to work with some of the most amazing agents together in my national insurance agency. If you need help, reach out, like, subscribe. But before we get going, here we go, all right? Let's talk about the most important thing, and that is you must feed the beast, okay? When you're dealing, with insurance as an agent, no different than if you're dealing with the game of football or any, high action sport. Let me tell you, you must feed the human body if you want to have the stamina and the ability to execute and get points on the board. If you play football, you can't be eating junk food. You can't put crap up in your mind. So what I'm talking about here is feeding your mind. You must feed your mind. You must train your mind before you work your mouth. It's crazy important in sports. It's crazy important in the insurance space. So the first tip I want to share with you to help you not fumble the lead, I'm going to help you make that, connection, but you've got to take care of business first, and the business starts right up in here, okay? Feed your mind good things. You cannot be putting junk food up in your mind, watching Netflix all day, farting around on different things, okay? Maybe you're just stretching your bandwidth everywhere. You can't do that, okay? You've got to feed your mind good, positive things. Get yourself into a position that your mind is not poisoned. You're putting good nutrition in your physical body if you want to play football and do it well and you want to win. In your mind, if you want to win in insurance, you must put wise thoughts. You must put wisdom up in here, good ways, so that now you're not coming from a polluted mind when you start using your mouth. You must train mental strength before you make your next move, which is going to be moving into insurance. Mental strength is huge, just like in football, okay? You know you're going to take a hit, okay? But you know it's okay, not going to kill you, right? When you deal with insurance, you got to have the mental strength that you feed yourself here that, you know what? I'm going to get told no. I'm okay with it. It's not going to hurt me. I may feel it, but it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to take me out and bench me, right? Too many insurance agents get benched because they don't realize the hit's going to come. They were never trained for the hit. And then when that hit takes place, it knocks their wind out of their sails and they don't know. Listen, just chill for a second, take a deep breath, relax for a second, get your breath back and get back in the game, okay? You can do this. You can make a way. Winners will make a way, okay? Whiners are just going to make excuses because it's from a weak place in the mind. You must feed your mind good things. You must be in a good place where you got this thing straight. And then and only then, you need to focus on the fundamentals. You want to win in insurance? Tip number 2, focus on the fundamentals. You've got to be strong at your fundamentals. You cannot be all over the place, on the football field, playing a little bit of quarterback, playing a little bit of kicker, playing a little bit of this and that in defense. You don't do that in football. Okay, not regularly. You don't do that in telesales or any form of insurance, especially at first. You gotta focus on your fundamentals all day, every day. So number 1 tip to keep you from fumbling the lead, all right, is you got to focus on your mind. You've got to feed your mind. You've got to feed it. Feed it, feed it like a hungry, quarterback, like a hungry defensive lineman. Feed him good things so that when that game comes and he gets on that field, he's ready to go. You as an insurance agent need to feed your mind good things so that you are ready. So when that bell hits at 8 o'clock on Monday, you're ready to go, okay? You weren't eating sugar, polluting your body, and then Monday hits and you feel lethargic and tired, okay? You fed your mind right. Now you need to focus on the right methods like we were talking about here. You gotta have laser focus on what you're doing, okay? You need to focus on the fundamentals. Keep the fundamentals in view. Always keep first things first, okay? Always keep first things first. Tip number 2, focus on the fundamentals and keep the first things first. Tip number 2, I know, confusing. It is what it is, sorry guys. But I'm just saying, focus on the fundamentals and develop yourself. You've got to have a strengthening that takes place. You're going to have strengthening because you've got somebody that's going to help you, okay? It's very important that you focus on what you need to do, but you've made yourself better and stronger because maybe you've got somebody stronger than you that's actually been there, done that, okay? You don't want to just like go, okay, hey, I'm here, I played football in high school, I'm ready to kill it. That doesn't work in the NFL. It doesn't work with insurance. You've got to focus on your fundamentals, but you've got to have good fundamentals. You got to do them all day, every day. So feed your mind strong. Focus. Tip number 2, focus on the fundamentals at all given times. Never lose the fundamentals, all right? Tip number 3, make sure you got a really good coach. You want to win Super Bowls? Let me tell you, you can have an amazing quarterback, but if your defense is out, you're not getting points. It doesn't even matter, okay? If you don't have a good receiver, it doesn't matter, but you've got to have a good coach that brings unity because the teamwork is everything, all right? You want someone that can help develop you. You need to make sure you have a good mentor. You've got a good coach in insurance that helps you to strengthen you, that helps you understand some things that maybe you didn't know. It's very important that when that lead is thrown to you, you can catch it and that you don't fumble the ball. When insurance agents sometimes are improperly trained, or maybe they're not given the time necessary from their coach, okay, or no different than having a good manager or a good upline that knows how to pick up the phone. I always say what you mean and do what you say, period. That goes both ways. Say what you mean, do what you say. No big deal, but have a coach that will be blunt with you, that has permission to really kind of like be a velvet hammer sometimes, but in a caring way that helps you get what you need so that you can meet the need in the insurance space. Coaches in football, when they're making their boys run up and down the field doing stupid stuff that maybe you think is just dumb, just like I did in sports, it wasn't fun running the field in circles, is it? No, it's not. But guess what? It builds your endurance. And then when the game kicks, guess what? You don't lose your wind. You don't lose your steam, all right? When you do insurance, you've got to have, first off, you got to get on the right team, okay? If you're a face-to-face agent wanting to step into telesales, it is a different beast. You've got to have specialized training because you're doing a specialized skill set. Don't expect to take a Frankenstein script, okay, a face-to-face script, and then implement it in telesales and expect to just be a rock star. It's a rarity, okay? Not saying it can't happen, you know, maybe a unicorn will land on Mars, but you've got to have specific training to have your fundamentals in a good way, to have the best chance of success. Now, there's men and women that I am crazy proud of that follow these techniques, okay? They fed their mind strong, okay? They focus on their fundamentals. They've kept the first things first, okay? They've got good coaching, good mentorship. They've got themselves into a position themselves where they are doing the hard work. They're doing the necessary things, the implementation, and they are rock stars. They're amazing. I got multiple agents this week, 8+ sales, all sold by phone. We're talking $8,500, okay, worth of fun stuff getting written over the phone. Another agent, my goodness, darn near $7,000 all written over the phone. Another agent over $5,000+. I've got an agent working part-time, over $3,993 working part-time, extremely part-time, and I'm so proud of them. They're doing the hard work, all right? They are, but it's so rewarding to work as a work family. And sometimes you don't have the work-family environment, just like maybe you've got, you're on a team, but you're being neglected, or no one's actually coaching you or helping you get stronger. When you're dealing with insurance, you need to have a good mentor. You need to have a good coach. You need to have good training, all right? So that when that lead is thrown to you, you don't fumble it, right? So when that Okay, that client, that prospect tells you, oh, I'm too busy. Oh yeah, I never sent that crud in. And what happens when you're improperly trained, I call it the puffer fish, okay? What takes place when you're improperly trained, the lead was thrown to you like a football, and you can't catch the thing because they say, I never sent that thing in, and you're like a puffer fish at the dentist office. Tap, tap, and you're done. It takes you out of the game. You fumbled the ball, and it's not always your fault. You didn't have the proper training, the proper mentorship to get you to the point where they threw the ball enough to you that you knew how to catch it with your own hands firmly. You got to get yourself into a place of training that you've got a good coach that first off believes in you. That's why partnerships matter and mentorships matter. But you got to have somebody that's going to work you, not just tell you the shiny little happy things that you want to hear. You need to hear the things that are going to help you win, okay? That's not always going to be things you always like. Nobody likes sometimes doing things over and over and over again until they get them right, but it's necessary. Just like in football, you better run the line the way that the coach has had you run that line, and then you learn your fundamentals so strong they can call plays and you're ready to zip while everybody else is zagging, right? It is so a parallel when it comes to football and insurance. Your coach matters, your team matters, and there's some good coaches out there. It's not just me, all right? There's some amazing coaches out there in this space. But I'll also share with you there's a lot of people that are horrible at training telesales or sometimes insurance. They give you an iPad, tell you to go watch some videos and like go buy leads and hope you make it. Or maybe you get hired on and it's like, oh, here's your training buddy, and they're just as new as you are. It's so important that you are mentored from a place of strength, not being mentored, all right, from a place of you've got no coach. You've got nobody that knows how to pick up the phone. It's Saturday. I love what I do and I love who I partner with. Our agency is not for everybody, all right? We genuinely, I will partner with 1 out of 30 individuals. I bring on new agents into my national insurance agency, but let me tell you, I will partner with maybe 1 out of 30 because partnerships matter and who you bring on your team matters, okay? You need to be careful of who you surround yourself with, okay? What and who is mentoring you. Make sure you got a good one. And there's some good ones out there, but make sure you vet your trainer. Make sure you got a good coach that'll help you focus. Make sure you've got a good mentor that will help you feed your mind so that your body has strength, so that your mind has strength, so that you can follow good fundamentals, good proven power scripts, because you know that your coach has already made it to the Super Bowl and has the ring. Been there, done that. He may look old. He may be losing some hair, okay, like myself. Maybe it's somebody that's got a lot of gray hairs. There's a lot of wisdom to be learned from people that have done it in this space for a long time. I've learned from some amazing people in my life. Some have passed on, which is too bad. Some are in their late 70s and fighting some things that are kind of tough. But guess what? I love them to death, and I am blessed because when I was a brand new agent, I partnered right. I partnered right. I had the right coach who not only believed in me, but also tested me, made sure that I did the hard things so that I could experience all that this industry will offer. And this industry will offer you as an insurance agent amazing things if you get on the right team. Okay, you focus on your fundamentals strong, and you got somebody who's really dumping into you and bringing you value and certainty. You will be a better agent as a result. Okay, be careful of any agency that hires just everybody. All right, because they're not being picky, they're not being choosy, and you're surrounding yourself with who knows who. Okay, birds of a feather fly together. That's why it's important that you work for an elite team or get partnered with a elite group that doesn't just, okay, take any human ping pong ball out there, the paper mills that exist in this space. You want to make sure that you've got attention. And if you're in a place where you got 10 million people and your manager, your upline, doesn't know how to pick up a phone on a Saturday or actually connect with you, connection is important. Connection is important when you sell insurance. Connection is important, okay, when you are partnering as an insurance agent, especially when you're new, even when you're in that middle zone where it's like you're really gaining traction, but it's still important to make sure you don't lose your fundamentals or lose your way. And you're not always going to need your coach, but guess what? When you do, it's valuable. You got to have somebody that can speak truth into you and kind of be that velvet hammer, okay, to be kind but very direct, all right? You may not always like what your coach is going to say, but you know what? He's looking out for you in the right way. So my points here are feed your mind, okay? Feed yourself strong. Get good, nutritious content. And I'm not talking about just food. For a football, okay, player, let me tell you, they feed their mind before they work their body out, all right? And then guess what? They do feed their body right. They don't put junk up in their body if they expect to win games, okay? They're not eating sugar all day long, all right? They're putting good stuff in their body and they're getting sleep. But you got to feed your mind good, okay? Methods go up in here, all right? Good motivation goes up in here. All the naysayers, all the negative Nellies, get that out of your mind. You got to get rid of it, okay? Because if you don't feed your mind right, don't expect to have the right focus moving forward. You want to move forward, right? My second point that I brought up here, you must focus on your fundamentals, which is starting with the mind. Now you can move your mouth. Now you can get your fundamentals and your method in order, get them in proper orbit, okay? Just like a satellite out of orbit is spinning and going nowhere. So it is with agents. If you don't have yourself in a place of focus, and a lot of times when you're not being mentored, you don't have somebody really helping you, it doesn't mean you're helpless. I knew enough that even when I was a couple years into the business, I needed somebody that could help me because I've never been there before. I've never experienced certain things. And guess what happens? Gravity will happen to the best agent. Gravity will happen to the medium and the brand new agent alike. It does not differentiate. So focus on good fundamentals. Have a good coach. Have a good partnership. Have somebody that knows how to pick up your phone and actually makes you a priority when you need them. Make sure that you've got people that prioritize you when you need to reach out. You're not always going to need them to pick up the phone, but know that who you've partnered with will be there for you when that moment comes. Because when you're on the phone with a client, seconds matter, all right? Seconds do matter. If you're in a house face-to-face and you've got a question about something, let me tell you, seconds and minutes matter. If your upline doesn't know how to pick up the phone, and here you are on the weekend in a house, you're working, doing the work, right? And you've got no air support, it's going to harm you. You're going to lose money. And that client could lose the privilege of a good insurance product because now you got to reschedule the appointment. And let me tell you, these sweet people are amazing, but the final expense market and the Medicare Advantage market, let me tell you, they are professionals at putting stuff off. They are. They're amazing, but you got to know this. Sometimes you get one shot, all right, in that home. And if you don't get it done right, or if you're in the telespace, a better way, all right, more efficient way, more productive way to meet needs, if they hang up that phone on you, sometimes there's, okay, no way you're ever going to get them on the phone again. You've got to be highly skilled so that when that lead is thrown, you know how to catch the lead and meet the need. No longer will you fumble. You're not going to fumble around with the lead. You're not going to go all puffer fish, okay, when they give you an objection because you're ready. You've got to have your mind fed. You've got to have your focus right. You've got to get the fundamentals right, but your coach matters and what team that you joined with does matter. Make sure you're on, okay, the varsity, not just the general team. Make sure you're on a good team that's going somewhere that you want to go. Make sure you're in a place of greatness, not mediocrity. If you're in a place that's like, oh, I'm okay with mediocrity, like, yeah, whatever, here's some contracts, have a great day, hope you make it. Yeah, all right. If you're in a place of mediocrity, that's not going to move you to the strategic levels of success that you will desire. Doesn't mean that you need someone micromanaging you. That's not good, all right? You're all grown adults, but you need somebody that can help you and challenge you sometimes to help change your paradigm. You don't always do what you've always done if you want to be in the same place. If you do what you've always done, you're always going to stay there. If you change some things, maybe a little uncomfortable, but guess what? You're going to giddy up, and you're going to be a faster machine as a result. A lot of insurance agents, I've got veteran agents that have been in this industry 15 plus years that partner with me. I've got some agents that have been around way longer that partner with me. And let me tell you, they're amazing. They're like Ferraris. They've got so much knowledge, so much skill. But let me tell you, even the fastest Ferrari needs its carburetors tuned up. It needs the injectors cleaned every now and then. It needs the clutches redone, all right? It doesn't mean that it's not an amazing fast car, but even the most stellar of agents, the fastest insurance agents need a tune-up every now and then. And I think you'll agree with that. It's the truth. It's the truth even in my life. I have to constantly tune myself up. I've got to constantly be practicing, get myself ready. I've got to recharge myself. I've got to feed my mind appropriately. I've got to focus on the right thing. And let me tell you, my focus is on the amazing people that, oh my goodness, I'm so blessed to work with them. Okay, seriously, they're amazing. I love who I work with, and that matters. When you love what you do, it's not that hard. Doesn't mean when you're on the field, playing the game, having fun, okay, just like in football, doesn't mean you're not going to sweat. It doesn't mean you're not going to take a hit. It doesn't mean that the score is always going to be where you want it to be, but guess what? When you're done, you have a good time on the bus on the way home, and the whole way through the journey, you got a smile and a grin on your face because you've been trained right, your focus is right, and your mind's right. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you as a new insurance agent to give you a little perspective that when you are thrown the lead, you now hopefully will be in a better place because of this advice to be able to meet the need and capitalize on helping this great consumer. They need you. They want you to be good. They want you, okay, to serve them. You just need to train a little harder. You've got to align yourself a little better, maybe you're already aligned right, and if that's the case, feed your mind in a better way, have an even better focus each and every day, and you will find greater success when you meet that lead. It's going to stick in your hands, and you're going to help them, the client, run that ball into the end zone with courage. Hope you have a great one. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope this helps you. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you guys soon. I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.